Hello and welcome. My name is Ellen Saltonstall, and I'm a yoga teacher and yoga therapist based in New York City. I'm making these short videos for people who sit at the desk a lot, especially people who are writing postcards to voters, which I've been doing myself. This is an activity that is wonderful to make an offering to do this, but it's a little bit risky for our hands and our shoulders and our neck. So these movements are intended to help you recover from any strain that you might have had from working a lot at your desk. This is the third of three videos, and this one focuses on the hands specifically, with one stretch against the wall at the end. So most of it we'll be doing in a chair, and I'm going to move back and to sit in a chair so you can see my whole body. So follow along with me. Come to sit in your chair in a way that allows you to sit tall. So I recommend that you rock a little bit side to side on your sitting bones, and perhaps use one hand behind and underneath your pelvis to pull the muscles a little bit out to the side. And that allows you to feel your sitting bones as a base of support. And then you can lift your spine from there and pause for a minute just to feel your breath. Good idea when you're going to do some stretching to really get your attention inside your body first. Okay, so now take your hands out in front of you and shake them. And circle your hands and wrists. And then make a fist with both hands and open the hands again. So back and forth between making a fist, squeezing in, and opening the hands. Do that several times at a comfortable pace. And now interlace your fingers and look and see which index finger is on top, and interlace the opposite way. It may feel strange. And do that a few times. Interlace the first way, which is probably your habitual way, and do it in the opposite arrangement, so the other index finger is on top, and do that a few times again. And then holding your clasped hands very loosely, just wiggle around a little bit. So each of the fingers is encouraging movement in all the other fingers. And then interlace more tightly and turn your palms so they face away from you. Lift your chest and pull your shoulder blades together, and see if you can straighten your arms out in front of you with the palms facing away from you and your pinky finger and thumb reaching away from each other, so the whole palm is spreading. And then bring your hands back towards you for a little rest, and we'll do that one more time. So again, turn your palms away from you, spreading your fingers apart, although they're still interlaced together. And push your hands away from you, keeping your shoulder blades close into the spine and your chest lifted. And then release and shake your hands. Now we're going to do some specific movements of the wrist and fingers. So bring your hand out, your left hand out, as if you're going to shake someone's hand, and curl the fingers in to make a soft fist, and then put your right hand over that so that it's wrapping around the back of the left hand, and then pull that left hand into a tighter clasp with your right hand. So you're giving an extra stretch to the back side of your wrist in this position, using your right hand to help your left hand get the stretch. At the same time, release your shoulders down and straighten your left arm, the one that's receiving the stretch, and then release and shake. And then bring your right hand forward as if you're going to shake someone's hand, curl in to make a soft fist, and turn that fist in towards you so that there's a bend at your wrist joints. Then wrap your left arm around the back of that hand so that you can help do more of a curve at the wrist. You're pulling the clasped hand towards you while still extending your arm forward. So there's a very distinct stretch across the back of your wrist, which includes your hand muscles and your lower arm muscles. Okay, and then give the hands a shake. Now we're going to do two different variations of stretching the palm side of your forearm. So the first one, you bring your hand out in front of you with the palm facing up, and then point the fingers down and hold the fingers with the other hand. So I've got my left hand forward, the palm is facing forward, the fingers are pointing down, and my right hand is pulling back on those fingers. So it's a very strong stretch on the forearm, the palm side of the forearm. Okay, and let's do the other side. So take your right hand forward with the palm facing up, point the fingers down, and pull on the fingers with your left hand. Your shoulders can be relaxed, but your arm is strong. The right arm is actively stretching. Very important one to stretch these forearm muscles when you've been writing a lot or typing. Okay, and then shake your hands. And then the other version of the forearm stretch is to take your hand in front of you as if you're saying stop. Bring your other hand. I've got my right hand forward. My left hand comes up and holds all four fingers and pulls them back. So it's, again, a stretch of the underside of your forearm, the palm side, but in a different position. Again, you keep your spine tall and your shoulders relaxed, and just hold that for several breaths. Okay, and shake. And now bring your other arm up as if you're saying stop. Your left hand, the palm is facing away from you. Put the other hand to hold the fingers, all four fingers, and you pull those fingers back, but still press your left hand and arm forward. So you're getting a strong bend at the tops of the fingers, and hold that as you breathe. Okay, and shake out. And now we're going to stretch each finger individually. So you're going to put your clasp your right index finger with your other hand, with your left hand. Put the thumb at the back of the finger joint at the base of the finger, and pull that finger back individually without pulling the whole hand back. Just that one finger pulls back towards you with the grip of your left hand. And then take the second finger in the same way. So you place the palm, the thumb at the base of that finger and pull back. And the other fingers can stretch forward gently if you can do that. It makes it more intense to do that. And then take your ring finger, press the thumb into the back joint of the finger at the top of the finger and pull back. And then finally the pinky finger. Okay, and shake that hand out. And the thumb, we do a little differently. So you hold the thumb with the tip of the thumb with your other hand and just pull it back and down at an angle, back and down, in the opposite direction where it would go if you were gripping a pen or anything. Okay, and then shake. Now I'll do that, the same thing with the other hand. So bring your hand up with the palm facing away from you. Grasp the whole index finger with your right hand, placing your right thumb at the base of the finger where it joins the palm, and then pull that finger back as you gently stretch the other fingers forward. Okay, and then do that same thing with the second finger. Each finger has its own set of muscles, and the fascia, the connective tissue of the hand, gets so tight when we're writing or typing. So we're giving it some stretch here. And then the ring finger. And then the pinky finger. And then the thumb, you pull back and out to the side a little bit. So think of it as the opposite direction from which you would go if you're trying to touch your thumb to your pinky finger. So you're stretching the muscles that would be grasping the pen or pencil or anything, any tool. And you can move, just intuitively move the thumb in different directions to stretch. Experiment. Okay, and then shake both hands. Now we're going to do one last thing against the wall. So I'm going to stand up and tip the screen a little differently so you can see me when I'm at the wall. Place your right hand on the wall with the fingers pointing backwards and lift your front chest and turn your body away from the wall until you feel a stretch across the front of your chest and down your arm. You can tilt your head away from the wall if you want a little more stretch. And hold it just for a few breaths, whatever you think is the right amount of time, to feel the stretch in your chest, your shoulder, and maybe down your arm. Okay, same thing with the other hand. Place your hand on the wall at about shoulder height or even eye level with the fingers pointing backwards. Lift your spine so you're standing tall, shoulder blade pulling down the side of the ribs, and then turn away from your hand and look or tilt your head away from the wall as well. So when we move the upper body and head and neck away from the wall, it creates a nice stretch all the way down your arm, maybe into your fingers, but especially across the front of your chest. Okay, and then shake out. And I'll come back to the screen. So that's our series for today. And this is the third of 3 videos that I made for the hands and shoulders and neck. You can visit my website, ellensaltonstall.com, where there are more videos. And I have a YouTube channel as well. So thank you for joining me. Bye.